Tonight on WTOP 10 News, a box causes Syracuse City Hall to be evacuated.
And
plus, measles found in Oswego wastewater.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Julianne Fike.
And I'm Emily Carriero.
Low levels of the measles virus has been detected in Oswego County wastewater, according to the State Department of Health. Although no measles cases were reported in the area, Commissioner's Dr. James McDonald says that this is a timely reminder to make sure you and your family are up to date on your MMR vaccine.
Measles is very contagious, and 1 in 10 cases require hospitalization, but the detection does not mean there is an outbreak. Further testing will take place next.
SUNY Oswego will have its Totally Teal Walk tomorrow in support of Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. The event is run by State Employees Federated Appeal and is in remembrance of Mary Gosick, who started the event. Anybody is welcome to show up and participate in the walk. Will start at noon and begin on the north side of Culkin Hall. Oswego will continue to raise awareness throughout September, wearing teal every Tuesday.
Career Services is holding a tie tying workshop this Wednesday. In this hands-on workshop, you will be provided with a tie and will be step-by-step walkthrough tying multiple knots. This is an opportunity to learn in a judgment-free zone. There will be people troubleshooting common tie tying mistakes so you can master a skill. That will boost your confidence when it comes to professional settings. The event will take place in Marano Campus Center, room 145A from 5 to 6 p.m.
The New York State Association of Countries has announced that their new president is Philip Church from Oswego County. Church will become the 81st president of NYSAC. People throughout the community describe him as a collaborative leader who embodies the spirit of public service and say that he possesses the values that they want represented in the office. He will start his term immediately as they kick off the 101st year in office. The Alana Multicultural Leadership Conference took place this week.
Reporter Gianna Cowell has more of the story.
For nearly 40 years, the Asian, Latino, African, and Native American student group has been putting on events here at SUNY Oswego.
I had the pleasure of attending one of their events from their week-long annual Multicultural Leadership Conference, which included a special tribute to the legacy of their founder, Howard Gordon. Gordon was honored by many of his friends and peers, including Mike Pistella and student speaker Jamal Atkin Takur. Alana is a home away from... Alana would not be helping and bringing together hundreds of students without Gordon's determination and kindness. It is clear that Gordon had a positive impact on his community. That's all for me. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Gianna. A suspicious box was found in front of Syracuse City Hall earlier this afternoon. The box caused an evacuation of the City Hall and caused streets near City Hall to be closed down. The police determined the box was a noise monitoring device used for Interstate 81 project. The police were able to identify the box using a robot and a small drone.
2 people are pronounced dead after a fatal shooting in Salina. The victim, now identified as 31-year-old Ahmad Al-Arbi, was fatally shot multiple times after confronting suspect Alec Greiger, who entered the store attempting to steal merchandise. Greiger was quickly identified by deputies, leading them to his home in Salina, where deputies attempted to negotiate with him to exit peacefully. Despite long negotiations, he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Emily, is it still summer? It sure hasn't felt like fall.
I know, right? With more on the weather today, here's Christopher Condis.
Thanks, guys. Yes, so we did have some much-needed rain that happened over the weekend, but sadly those dry conditions are back this week. But we will have a chance of some fall-like temperatures this midweek thanks to a cold front coming in Tuesday night. And yes, sunshine on repeat. Hope you're not sick of it yet, because you know, once winter comes around, you'll want it back. Which brings us to this song of the day here. House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. Absolute banger. Go check it out. I'll have more in my full forecast, but first, back to the desk.
Thanks, Christopher. Still ahead tonight, New York City funding may be withheld. Find out why.
Plus, An update on the recent church shooting in Michigan.
All that and more coming up on WTOP 10 Nightly News.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm meteorologist Christopher Convis with your full weather report. Current conditions, we have 61 degrees, partly cloudy skies with a very low winds of 3 miles per hour coming from the southeast. And as we go to today's almanac, you know, temperatures have been really above average recently. Today we reached a high of 77, which on average we're around 67, and the record was 90 in 1959 with a low of 51 today. We're reaching low around the 48 thanks to the Lake Ontario keeping our temperatures at an average pace for the fall, but 30 was reached in 2000. But hey, let's go gambling. Let's see for our 3-card forecast. Bingo, 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 3-way win. We're having luck on our side today. Look at that, sunny conditions, 70 degrees, 62 and it's 64. Here's our projected wind speeds. We're starting off with 5 miles per hour, but it reaches up to 18 miles per hour Tuesday afternoon, and it stays there mostly for the whole afternoon into the night of Tuesday into Wednesday. And as we go into our futurecast tonight, temperatures reaching around the high 50s, already up to 65 tomorrow morning, with temperatures reading around 50s on the outskirts of Syracuse, reaching up to around the high 60s, low 70s tomorrow afternoon into the evening. And Tuesday night, we have that cold front coming in. We're going down to 50 degrees. Up in the Adirondacks, we got mid-30s, low 30s. They could be getting some patchy frost up there. But temperatures climb up to only 60, and we can compress down into tonight with 54 degrees, partly cloudy skies, low winds from the south of 5 miles per hour. And tomorrow, 70 degrees, sunny with that north winds coming 5 to 15 miles per hour. And as we look into our 7-day forecast, you can see Tuesday, sun, 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 sun. Game plan for this whole week. Temperatures reaching around the 70s, but you can see where that cold front comes in Wednesday into Thursday. And gradually we start climbing back up into those 70s with temperatures with the low 40s, low 50s happening in the nighttime lows. But that's all for my full forecast. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Christopher. Everyone has been accounted for after a deadly shooting killed 4 in Michigan yesterday. The gunman rammed his truck into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Chapel in Michigan, began shooting, and then set the building on fire. 4 people were killed and 8 were injured, and the gunman had been captured and identified as Thomas Jacob Stanford. The police also found explosives at the scene, but it is unclear if they started the fire.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams is ending his re-election campaign. Adams posted a 9-minute video on social media going into details about why he has dropped out. He blamed, quote, continued media speculation about his future. The city's campaign finance board also denied him public matching funding. Adams also had a low approval rate following corruption allegations. Mayor Adams did not endorse any of the remaining candidates.
President Trump warns that if Democratic Socialist Zohran Madani wins the New York City mayoral election, federal funding will be taken away from New York City. According to Trump, if Madani wins, he will, quote, have problems with Washington like no mayor in the history of a once great city. Trump's threat came after Mayor Eric Adams announced the ending of his re-election campaign. Government officials are trying to avoid a shutdown that could start in just 2 days.
Karen Caifa has more as crucial meetings between President Trump and congressional leaders continue.
As of now, leaders including Vice President Vance are preparing for the worst. President Trump and Israel President Benjamin Netanyahu have agreed to a deal to end the fighting in Gaza. The plan would immediately end the war between Hamas and Israel and would force Hamas to release all remaining Israeli hostages within 72 hours of accepting the proposal. Trump's plan outlines 20 points about not just ending the war in Gaza, but also creating a government after the war.
A deal between the U.S. and Mexico targeting gun and ammunition trafficking was agreed to today. The deal's aiming to target and destroy cartels. The initiative, known as Mission Firewall, aims to expand security cooperation and improve security benchmarks through real-time information sharing and expanded investigations. The agreement is historic as it is the first time the United States and Mexico have attempted to stop weapons smuggling together.
When WTOP 10 Nightly News continues, hear what President Donald Trump is going to be trying to place tariffs on next.
And a welcome development in the struggling homebuyers market. Don't go away.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance, and highbrow humor,
What surface is this? Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to WT10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, President Donald Trump is announcing a 100% tariff on foreign-made movies. This is the first time that the president has attempted to impose a tariff on a non-physical product. It is currently unclear how this measure will be enforced or who it will apply to, with at least one industry analysis calling the tariffs too tough to enforce. Other countries offer tax incentives to draw filmmakers to their nations, which Trump says is hurting the U.S.
Some good news has arrived for the struggling homebuyers market. This August saw a 4% increase in pending home sales compared to July. Experts were anticipating a 0.6% increase in sales, making the 4% a welcome surprise. Officials at the National Association of Realtors say the sales increase can be attributed to a lower mortgage rates, which are currently at their lowest levels in the past year.
The stock market had a much-needed rebound today after last week's downward movement. The S&P 500 rose by 0.25% and the tech-heavy NASDAQ rose by 0.48%. AI-related stocks fell last week after some trading skepticism, but rebounded noticeably today. The market is dealing with the threat of the looming government shutdown. Gold has reached a new record high, while cryptocurrency, including Bitcoins, are bouncing back after declining last week. Americans are using GLP-1 weight loss drugs at an increasing rate, with around 1 in 8 adults having used the medicine at least once.
Every user experiences different results, and a new study ties that variance to individual biology. Mandy Gaither has more on the study and its implications. Rotroff says he wants to conduct further research regarding the origins of individual obesity and how to identify the most effective treatments.
The Oswego's women's soccer team faced Oneonta this weekend in a SUNYAC opener.
Here's Kelly C. with the full report.
On Saturday, September 27th, the Oswego women's soccer team traveled to the Dragon Lair, SUNY Oneonta, for the opener of the SUNYAC competition. The Lakers started the game off strong with consistent pressure on goal. This led to the team shooting out the Dragons in a total of 5-2 in the first half. On the other side of the field, no shots were able to be made past the Laker defense and star goalie Peyton Crane, ending the first half in a 0-0 tie. In the second half of the game, the Lakers continued to push forward and racked up 9 more shots, totaling the shot count to 14. While the Dragons earned a corner shot in the second frame, Crane and her defense stayed grounded and were able to keep Oneonta at bay, ending the game in a valiantly fought tie at 0-0. The Lakers host a home game this Wednesday, October 1st, against SUNY Canton at 4 p.m. Coming up in sports, Casey DeSeal dives into the MLB playoffs and some Lakers field hockey. Stay tuned to WTOP 10.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Crits. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to.
I'm Casey DeSalle with your Sports Rundown. For the second time this season, Sam Krautheim has been named SUNYAC Defensive Athlete of the Week for field hockey. The goalie saved 24 goals against Brockport and had 20 more saves in their first conference game of the year against New Paltz. She currently leads the conference in saves with 117 and is sitting in second with a save percentage of .867. Field hockey will look to kick this week off with a win over Keuka College tomorrow at 4. Over the weekend, Oswego men's soccer hosted Oneonta for their first conference matchup of the season. The Red Dragons wasted no time getting on the board in this one, scoring the first goal of the game with just 2 minutes into the contest. Lakers played a great first half defensively until the Red Dragons snuck in a second goal right before half. Despite a valiant effort, the Lakers would go on to lose this one 3-0. Lakers will look to turn things around in Canton on Wednesday. Moving to the gridiron, tough news for Giants fans as an MRI confirmed that Malik Neighbors will be out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. Neighbors suffered the season-ending injury trying to catch a deep ball in Sunday's game against the Chargers. Neighbors had 109 receptions for 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns last season. With the Pro Bowl receiver out for the year, Jackson Dart will look to run the Giants' offense through Wandale Robinson and Cam Scadaboo going forward. Even though football season is upon us, the MLB playoffs will kick off tomorrow with 4 games in the wild card round. Tigers will take on the Guardians at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, which will be followed by the Cubs hosting the Padres at 3 p.m. Then at 6 p.m., one of the best rivalries in sports continues as the Red Sox takes on the Yankees. Finally, the first day of the playoffs will conclude when the Reds travel to LA to face the Dodgers. Now let's go to Lone Depot Park in Miami, where the Marlins played spoiler against the Mets. Kicking things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning, where all the magic happened. Eric Wagaman drives this one deep to left center, and it will one-hop the wall. Connor Norby will put on the Jets from first and make it all the way home on the double. Marlins take the early lead in this one. Now, a couple of batters later, Brian Navarado hammers this one to the deepest part of the ballpark. Tyrone Taylor had some trouble gathering the ball in center field as Wagaman scores from second. Navarado is pumped up and does a big celebration on second base, getting the boys going in the dugout. Tyler Rogers on to pitch now for the Mets, and this 1-2 pitch is smoked down the line by Javier Sanoa. That ball will roll all the way to the left field wall, and Navarado will score easily as Sanoa races around the bases and slides into third without a throw. In the very next at-bat, Xavier Edwards gets jammed on the first pitch he sees, and that'll loop in for an RBI single, driving in Sanoa. Marlins were rolling in this 4th inning. And that'll be all the scoring in this one as the Marlins go on to beat the Mets 4-0, ending their playoff hopes after having the best record in baseball for the first 2.5 months of the season. I bet Juan Soto wishes he stayed with the Yankees now as they're headed back to the playoffs without him. That'll do it for my sports report. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Casey. Stick around for more WTOP 10 Nightly News after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance, and highbrow humor,
Surface is this. Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
A new hybrid bird has been found in San Antonio, Texas.
Called the Grue Jay, the bird is a mix of green jay and a blue jay.
The Grue Jay has blue feathers and white spots on its wings like a blue jay, but the markings and vocalizations of a green jay.
Scientists believe that the hybrid bird formed from overlapping habit ranges due to climate change.
I mean, that's just wild.
I never even knew there was a green jay, and how they mixed to become a Grue Jay? That's weird.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Well, fun fact, during this fall time, the bird migration happening, on your weather radar, you can actually detect when birds actually fly off into the atmosphere on radar. It comes up as reflectivity of rain, but it's actually the millions of birds flying into the air during their migration at nighttime.
I had no idea.
That's really cool. I didn't know that either. What's your favorite type of bird?
I think actually my favorite is a blue jay.
It
I like a
is?
blue jay. They're beautiful. I mean, they have the blue and the black and white spots all over them. I can't not love it.
Do you have a favorite bird?
I think a robin.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What about you?
I'd have to say cardinal.
Okay.
I think it's
A lot
fun.
of red in the middle here.
Yeah.
You have a favorite bird?
I would say Baltimore Oriole. I'm big.
The Baltimore Oriole?
Yeah. I'm into that. That was my school colors, orange and black,
Okay,
and
nice.
that's stuck me the whole time. Orange is my favorite color, so I would say that's my favorite bird. So if you want a final weather check, I mean, sunshine is on repeat again. I mean, rain is way out of the forecast. Not sure when that will arrive thanks to this high pressure that we're having over us. We will have that cold front coming in Tuesday night, which will bring those cold temperatures for Wednesday, actually a fall-like temperature day, finally. But other than that, it's been going to be relatively high 50s at nighttime.
That's good.
And for our final sports check, right now, actually, the Jets are taking on the Dolphins in the AFC East divisional game. Dolphins are up 24-10, almost fourth quarter now. And another game's going on, the Broncos and the Bengals. The Broncos are beating the Bengals the first half 14-3 right now. So.
Thanks. That's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for Laker Showdown.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Crits. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say. No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back.